Okay, I am going to motivate you to draw. It's going to take about 3 minutes, okay? You ready? Let's go.
Think about this. When you've practiced your drawing skills, have you ever regretted it? I bet you've regretted times when you could have practiced and didn't, but have you ever regretted actually doing it? So what choice are you going to make right now? And it is a choice. It's a choice you can only make now, in the present. So forget the past and make that choice. You're on this channel because you want to draw, and that passion and desire is the only ingredient needed. It's very rare, but you have it, and that's why you're here. You've wanted to be an artist for a long time, and that feeling is not going away. You can't quit because your heart won't let you. You'll always be pulled to this. It's time to commit. You move in with art, get married to art, have kids with art.
Okay, that might be too much. Let's just dial it back a little bit.
Not many people have that passion and desire, so cherish it, nurture it. If you don't, it's not going to go away. It's going to be a fire inside you that burns you up. So harness that fire and create a different future. Imagine yourself creating the artwork you're dreaming of, the artwork you can visualize but somehow can't yet get down on paper, and now know this one fact. The only thing standing between you and achieving those paintings and drawings is practice. And now answer me 2 questions. When you set all the nonsense aside, can you practice? If you're awake 16 hours a day, is there a minute? Is there 2 minutes, or maybe even a few hours where you can put pencil to paper? And if not, is there any way you can make that time? Yes, there is. I know there is, and you know there is. And now a second question. To achieve the artwork of your dreams, the beautiful paintings and drawings, would it be worth that effort and time? Hell yeah, it would. So reach out and let's do this.
So I don't know about you, but I feel like drawing now. I have positive thoughts and feelings about drawing. I'm so motivated. I might draw and do bicep curls at the same time. But then in my head sometimes there's doubts, Mr. Doubtmonger. So this is what Mr. Doubtmonger has to say for 2 minutes.
Hi there, my name is Mr. Doubtmonger. I live in Kenzo's head. My job is just to stop him from drawing. Quite a fun job, pretty easy job. I'm just here to protect him from making a fool of himself, really. You know, and I've heard that you feel like drawing too, so I thought I'd better have a word with you. So the first thing I think you should think about is if you did a survey of people, like in the street, and said, would you love to be able to draw and paint beautifully? They'd all say yes, obviously. But what percentage actually become able to do it? 0.1%? Less than? So it's really just about statistics. It's very, very unlikely that you're going to get anywhere with it. And then how are you going to feel if you do all that practice and it was for nothing, you know? Think about those people who go to Hollywood to become big stars and nothing comes of it, they don't make it. Everyone must think they're fools, and you don't want people to think you're a fool. You know, there's things you can do that are going to feel good and be doable and successful right now. Like, you know, watching TV. So I would really recommend doing that. And then you don't have to worry about perspective and anatomy and color and line and all these different really complicated topics. If you've got tons of talent, you might get somewhere with that. But without that, it's really like trying to join the NBA when you're 5 foot tall. You know, why make life so hard on yourself? So yeah, maybe someday though. Yeah, maybe in the future. Maybe practice art and stuff. Maybe you'll figure it out in the future, but just not now. Just don't do it now. Yeah? Okay, good talk, and I'll catch you later.
Oh man, I don't want to draw now. I don't feel like drawing. Actually, my brain is like really searching for reasons that Mr. Doubtmonger is wrong. And I'm having some more difficult thoughts and feelings about drawing, and I kind of feel like doing something mindless, maybe watching Cobra Kai, something that I know I can do, and it's going to make me feel better. Now, the truth is that I think what Mr. Motivator said at the beginning of the video is true and can be demonstrated with evidence. And what Mr. Doubtmonger said is not true, and his arguments can be undermined with logic and evidence. But this video is not about that argument, and it's not here to motivate you or to deal with your self-doubts.
Even though I ultimately believe what Mr. Motivator said is true, this is a graph of what my motivation levels tend to look like for my drawing practice. It's all over the place. And here's my self-doubt graph. Even though I believe what Mr. Doubtmonger said is wrong, there's plenty of times when my brain is full of those kinds of thoughts. Here's a graph of what my drawing practice really needs to look like if I'm really going to get good at drawing. Consistent. So there's a mismatch between these graphs. I can't let my practice be dependent on Mr. Motivator. I can't let it be dependent on Mr. Doubtmonger not being there. Now, often people are going to say, when faced with Mr. Doubtmonger, fight back with mental toughness and discipline. You punch Mr. Doubtmonger in the face so hard that his head comes clean off his body. Problem solved. So discipline and toughness are useful, and they get me through some tricky patches for short bursts. But I can't really rely on pure discipline and toughness 24/7. So if I'm running, I might need that mental toughness to see me through to the end. The last bit's really hard. But then at the end, I don't keep that toughness going forever. I don't just go and punch bad guys and do chin-ups. No, eventually I'm just going to double over. I'm going to collapse. I'm exhausted. The toughness has a limit, just like motivation. But that pesky Mr. Doubtmonger is going to regenerate. Sometimes people will say just be positive, right? Switch the radio in your head from doom and gloom FM to happy days FM. And I've never found that to work because I can't really force my feelings or my thoughts.
So I'm going to tell you what has worked for me to keep my practice consistent, and it's definitely not about motivation, but it does relate to mental health. And mental health, I'm not an expert on. I'm just figuring out my stupid brain. So, different things work for different people, but this has been my experience, and maybe you can take something from it.
The two books I've learned the most from are The Happiness Trap by Russ Harris and The Mind Workout by Mark Freeman. So something that I finally started to understand a little bit is that I can create some space between me and this cacophony of thoughts and feelings. I've tried meditating before. I got the Headspace app. I tried it. I'm actually the voice of that app. Not sure if you knew that. No, I'm just kidding. I thought it was supposed to fix my anxiety and stress and make me feel zen and peaceful. And maybe it did a bit, but then not really. And I really struggled to stop thinking, and I gave up on meditation.
So now I think I understand the role meditation will play, for me at least, a little bit better. So when I try and do it and I constantly fail, so I try to stop thinking and then I just start thinking and thoughts come up, that's the workout, right? When you go into the gym, you don't expect to just be sort of taken away, floating on a cloud, and then when you come out, you're all muscly. You expect it to be a little bit sweaty and difficult, and there to be resistance, right? From the weights to feel heavy. And the workout, the exercise with meditating is like, I've been given these balloons by my brain, these thought balloons, and it wants me to just hold on to one of them and float away. And very often I do that, and the workout is to just recognize it and let go of the balloon. And I'm getting a little bit better at it, and that is the meditation workout.
And it helps me to see that I'm not in control of all these thoughts and feelings, but also they don't control me either, and I can detach from them.
So if I'm not being driven by all these thoughts and feelings like I have been for most of my life, what is going to drive my actions? And that's where values comes in. So values are the things I genuinely care about. So, my family, spending time with my kids, and creating art is on that list. And so regardless of all the random thoughts and feelings that are bubbling up in my brain, I'm learning or trying to learn to increasingly let my actions be guided by my values. So I'm going to be drawing and painting regardless of these motivation levels or fears or doubts or whatever. So there's a few different skills, like a bit like, you go to the gym, you're going to work out, you've got to work out different muscles, right? And so there's a few different skills. You can read about them in those books that I mentioned earlier, but some of the ones that really help with making sure you get your drawing practice one is self-compassion. So I've made a video about that before, but we artists are often very critical of ourselves, and self-compassion might not come naturally to a lot of us. So that is really a skill where, for me in particular, like starting from zero, like my self-compassion muscle was very small, and I'm just starting to grow that ability. Another one is to keep success close, which is I think a really useful idea. I have made a video on those lines before, so check that one out, I'll link it below. But it's really about the idea that when it comes to drawing, if your idea of success is a beautiful, stunning piece of artwork, that could be, if you're still learning all these skills, that could be a while away. And so if that's your idea of success, it's just going to feel like failure for a long time. So if you can reframe what success means in your head to something more about the process, sitting down and doing the practice is the goal, that's what success is, regardless of how the drawings come out, then every day you can be succeeding, because every day you can be doing that process. And then through that, you know, process, through continuing to do that, eventually the beautiful artwork's going to come. So then the third skill is to step back on the path lightly. So let's say you stop drawing for a bit. This is something that I'm just learning about now, but especially relevant to New Year's is like, let's say you've kind of fallen off the wagon. I think often we'll try and overcompensate. So like if I haven't been drawing, I'll be like, I'm going to draw 10 hours a day now to like make up for it or whatever, to earn back my right to be an artist or something, some weird thinking there. You don't have to do all of that. You don't have to overcompensate. It doesn't need to be a big declaration or a big deal. You just pick up a pencil, start drawing again, you're back on the path. No big deal. Step back on the path lightly.
We have a free guide all about the mindset and learning process for life drawing. You can check it out with the link below. You'll also get our newsletter, which is great because we've got some really cool things coming up and you won't want to miss them.
So I sort of knew a lot of these ideas, but I never really realized how it all fits together, how the role that meditation or mindfulness play, the role of these different skills, and how I can create space between myself and all these random thoughts and feelings. When I was learning this stuff, I had a ton of questions. I can't answer them for you. Like I said, I'm not an expert. Maybe check out one of those books, but it boils down to, regardless of your motivation level or doubt, you know you need to practice, you know you care about drawing, so just do it. I think that could be a good tagline for Love Life Drawing, actually. Just do it. I like that. And then we could have a new logo, like a real positive logo, like a thumbs up, or even better, like a tick mark. That could be really good. Yeah, that's weird. I'm getting a call from my lawyer. I don't know why. But anyway, just do it. There's another video on the screen. Check it out and just do it.